advanced bartering, what I call stockpiling, which is different from doing routes, whatever you want to call it. Roots, not roots, routes. There we go. That's the right word. Closed captioning sucks. Actually, it's me speaking into the mic and the program not knowing my voice well enough. Okay, so what I mean by stockpiling is that you're going to pick a location. Mine is Ilya Island. And you're going to stockpile level 1 barters, level 2 barters, level 3 barters, level 4 barters, and level 5 barters, so that you can do selective barters. Okay, right now I'm going to start this off by showing you how I do Hakoven and Durko Island differently than, well, people learn it eventually, but in the beginning they don't know. Okay, so I have a separate character at Anacado Inner Harbor, and I have stockpiled level 5 materials. Okay, so we're going to run over here. This is a separate ship and a separate character. I'm going to go to the wharf. I'm going to take out this ship. I'm going to load cargo on it, and I'm only going to use this ship for 2 specific barters. Okay, that's this one here and this one here. Okay, so I took a 102-year-old and a quartz out of this. So I'm going to go to my world map. So I took a 102-year-old and a quartz. And I'm going to replace those because it takes hours for those to transport from Ilya Island to here. And I've got them on the way here, so my stockpile of 2 of each of the level 5s will remain full in the event I decide to do more than one of these in a day. So we're going to make this run. Oh, okay, we're stuck. This is a good thing for you to see. Okay, my ship's not going anywhere. It's stuck. This shit happens. Okay, so get off your ship. Jump into the water. And use right middle button to move the ship to where you're at, and then it's actually going to move. This happens a lot. It happens at all of the harbors, so it's something you just need to get used to. It also happens when you're out in Megoria, where you get trapped or stuck on one of the bartering areas, or you get caught on something, a rock or something. That's the easiest way to get on and off of it. So, but anyways, we're gonna run these. Obviously, you look at my barters. I've done some bartering already today. I'm down to 301. This is just kind of ending this stuff off. for the day, and I wanted to show this as some more advanced ways of doing it. So with stockpiling, you're going to selectively start with whatever is the shortest and easiest stuff to get. So stuff, if you're based on Ilia Island, you want to see if you can get all of this stuff and all of these barters, okay, and transport them up, or you can transport them to Ilia Island. But it's to get all of these level 1s and level 2s and anything else you can grab and just start stockpiling. The whole idea of stockpiling is to take as much as you can without going overweight. In other words, you buy the stuff from the marketplace, and I can just temporarily stop here for a minute and show you. You'll basically, for example, this level 1 barter, you'll buy, if you can handle 6 of those in your stockpile, you'll buy enough to buy 6 of those. Then you'll take those and you'll transport them to Ilia Island. You come on here, you buy 6 of those and you transfer those onto Ilia Island. Do the same with this one or with this one and start building up a stockpile of stuff. Then if you've got any of this stuff stockpiled like this, then you'll come out here and you'll grab these 4 and go back. You come out here and grab these 12 or any portion thereof and back, and just start transporting them to Ilia Island, as I'm using as an example, so that you build up a stockpile of all of the level 1s. Then you're going to start on the level 2s. Then you'll start on 3s. And you want to make everything, if you're at Ilia Island, you want to do just from, I'm going to say, here over. Okay, the stuff that's beyond this, yeah, you can go do it, but it's a long time to do it. If you concentrate on just this stuff here, which is even closer, your time from here to there and back isn't as bad. And there's a bunch of stuff up here, obviously, that you include in all of that, and over to here. Do this area first as much as you can until you run out of your 1 million parlay for barter. Then reset your barter and do it again. The idea that I had when I first started was I wanted to do 100 barters per day. Okay, so for me to get to 5,000 barters, like actually 5,250 approximately, that you need to do before you can get the materials for building the Karak. So thinking that would be 52 days of doing 100 barters a day. Yes, you can do more, but you will quickly find out that after you do 100 in a day, you're gonna start to get burned out. And if you start doing 100 in a day every day, you're gonna get burned out even quicker. So, but I started with concentrating on getting as much of the level 1, 2s, 3s, and 4s as I could. I got the 5s, but I only used the 5s to turn them in for 5,000 silver. The idea was I was spending silver in the market to buy the level 1 stuff, and I had to pay it back by using just enough to cover the expense. So if I spent 10 million silver on buying level 1 trade goods, then I'd get 2 of the level 5s and I turned them into silver, and I put them back in the market. So I basically balanced out what I was spending versus what my income was. Now, you noticed in Ilia Island, I've got a stockpile. I try and keep at least 8 of the level 5s of each one of the level 5s, and there's 14 of them in storage, so that when I do my barters out in the ocean, I always have an abundance of level 5s and level 4s. You need level 4s too for the ocean trades, and I will show you that a little bit later when we move back over to my main sailing character. Like I said, we're just running the Hakavan Island run out here from Anaconda Harbor. I gotta check a worker here, I'm sorry. He's run out of juice. Oh. So this Hakavan Island is where you will get the most sea coins in one shot. It constantly varies. I'm at 348 on this round. I have seen this as low as 2. If it's not at least 100, I will not make this run. It can get as high as 600. I have seen 599. I dedicated having one ship at Anaconda Harbor, Anaconda, what the fuck ever that thing's called, at the harbor, just for doing this run of these two, nothing else. It gives me an advantage if it's, I'm doing my regular bartering out at sea and it's nighttime and it's stormy. I can stop and come back, Swift characters come in here, do this run, and by the time I get back, it may have gotten a little bit more daylight, the storm may have blown away, etc., etc. Just so I've always got something else I can do. I will do like I said, I will do this run if it's more than 100 coins on both of them. It has to be on both. Because this run from beginning to end, you're lucky if you can do it in 20 minutes. But if you have to go all the way from Ilia Island all the way in here and all the way back, you're looking at a hell of a lot more than 20 minutes. Now this is probably my only exception to running with the sail up. Through these narrow passages and across this little bit of water, you really can fly with the sail up. The currents are really mellow. When we first started doing this, the currents were up to 50 knots and against you, and you had to kind of zigzag from canyon wall to canyon wall to get through here. It was a lot more fun to do that than it is now. Now you just, you set up and you go like a madman. So once we've got this done, I'm going to switch to stockpiling, and I need to see Ilya Island to see if I really need any of these. I probably need those two, but I'm not going to be able to stockpile a whole lot because I don't have a lot of parlay left on this one. I'll be able to reset it, but I want to use up as much of this parlay as I can. I know that I am low on those, so I may try and run that one before I upgrade it, but I need to get back to Ilya Island and have a look at it. And I try not to get ahead of myself by planning something before I'm actually on the character. I want to look at it and do it right away. So we're probably about another 6 or 7 minutes from getting to back into port, and then we'll make the switch over. So this is a caravel. I'm gonna upgrade it into a carrack. Obviously this was a sailboat and I upgraded it to a caravel. I need to get those to +10 before I can upgrade it, and the reason I have not done that is I need 40,000 gold coins to go from +5 to +10. and I think it's either 250 or 500 mem frags to restore the durability. I know it's a lot. It was very hard for me to do it on my first carrot. This will be my second one. And then the sailboat I was on in the previous video, I will upgrade it to a caravel, and that's as far as that one will go. And I will use that one exclusively for these runs here. So that's the run. Took us like 24 minutes. A little slow today, I guess. Come back in, buy supplies, check it in, and we're done. And I do want to check and show you that the things that I had coming are an hour and 50 minutes out. So that's why I send them off as soon as I start. I could buy extra slots. I haven't yet. I paid to play on Belia, Portaferia, in Italy Island, and I don't know that it would be worthwhile for me to do any more slot expansions. It's not a million island. It's Ilia Island. Oh, look at it. Fucking thing. Ilia. No, Ilia. No, it's not going to listen to me. Closed captioning. Okay, so now I'm going to do some stockpiling. And I don't know how long I'll run this video, but my ship out? Kind of looks like it is. Did I leave it out? Okay, something screwy here. Oh, I see what I did. That was kind of dumb of me. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to do some stockpiling. And what I wanted to see was what I need versus what's available. And like I said, I only got 232, so I'm not going to do a whole lot before I switch over. So there's two that I need. I can get yes and no on that. There's something else here that I'm really well, I'm short of a couple of things that make more of a priority for me. One is stolen pirate daggers, the other is amethyst fragments. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at where I can get. There's the amethyst, and there are no stolen pirate daggers available. So I need 6 of those pirates supplied. And for me, I've already got a stockpile of those, so I can easily just take 6 out of here. But if I look here, and I'm just going to do a quick look here. If I wanted to get more of those, I could go to Albadresser Island and take a couple of these there and do that. Or I could even go back further beyond the green and let's see. I need 6, so I would need 3 of those. Go back to the green. Okay, and let's have a look at where that is. See how much of a long run this would be to do this. Okay, there's those. We're looking for some more conch shells on here. Okay, Cashew Island. Cashew Island. That one doesn't sound familiar to me. So, and I have not memorized all of the islands, and I don't intend to. So Tashu Island is up there. Okay, well, you know what? We can actually do this. So this is a stockpiling run. Okay. We're going to work our way up to these rather than just use what I've got. So we're going to go to Tashu Island first, which is this one here, because I already have a bunch of naval rations. That's those there. Okay. See, I have 88 of them already. So I've stockpiled a shitload of those. So I'm going to need 2 of these because that's what they're asking for. Okay. So we're going to go there first. Now, obviously, we're on the big ship, so we're going to be able to do this a little bit quicker. So you can see I'm at the point where, you know, I'm short of the emissive fragments. So it's a priority for me to go restockpile that. And you know, it's one of those things you do as you're going along. You just kind of keep track of, you know, what you're short of, what you need more of, and when they come available, you do them. So I need to get more of those, and I need to get more of those because I'm down really, really low. And the reason I get low is because I'm mostly doing the sea monster hunts. So I go out and I do the sea monster hunts, I come back in and I don't restock anything. And that's because it's spring, summerish. I'm doing stuff around the house, doing chores, working on my cars. So, you know, it's warm outside, so I want to spend some time outside. I don't want to be cooped up in here playing Black Desert Online for 12 hours a day. Kind of like what I do over the winter. So, we were talking about Carrack parts before. They don't come up that often. And the 2 that you need to get are brilliant pearl shards and brilliant rock salt ingots. And you cannot get those until you have done 5,250 barters. They will not show up, and that's kind of a approximate. Let's say give or take 50. For me, they didn't show up until 5,600. So what can I say? I mean, I don't know of anybody who got them under 5,200. Somebody may have. I don't know. But once they do start coming out, the maximum you will get will be 2 in a million parlay. So you could possibly, if you were to just concentrate on doing those, and you set it up so you could do 4 refreshes of the of the barter in a day, you might be able to get 6. Because I guarantee you, as well as I can, that you're not going to get 2 on every roll. And roll, I mean refreshing this. You're just not going to. I tried. I never got them. So that doesn't mean you're not going to get them. But okay, so we got those. Now we're going to go to the conch shells. Okay, which is here. Okay. Now this is a stockpiling run for just the one item, and the reason being I'm only doing the one, well, not one item, but 6 of the one item. Okay, the only reason I'm doing this is, like I said earlier, I need more of these, but when I get here I'm going to have 12 of those. So my weight is going to be 12,000 pounds out of the 17 that I have. So if I were to do more, bring more stuff out for bartering, I would end up being overweight. And that just slows everything down. Trust me, I did do overweight earlier on the game from these islands in, even kind of included these here. I would run overweight and bring whatever I could in here, but that's as far as I'd run with an overweight. I wouldn't run halfway across the map. It just doesn't make any sense. So in the beginning, you want to get as many barters per hour as you can until you get up over 5,000. So that means doing the closest and as much as you can carry back and forth as many times as you can. There are other people who suggest that you run ships out of Portaferia and you do like cut this in half and bring all the materials in here, and then the other half you bring them either into Velia or into Ilia Island. Yeah, you can get it done quicker, but basically you have to put half of all of the bartering materials at Portaferia and the other half at, quantity wise, at Ilia Island or Velia. So you've got an adequate stock of every barter material at Portaferia and every barter material at Ilia Island or Velia. And that's fine if you want to pay to play and get both of those up there and store everything else that you want in other locations. I use Portaferia for timber and minerals, not for bartering stuff. I only use Ilia Island for carrying all of the barter stuff. And I showed you Anaconda for the level 5 stuff. So I don't go to that extent. Okay, we're now going to get 8 of those. And we're going to go to the next one. We got the boxes. So we're going to go to this island. Okay. And it is where? Over there. Okay. And again, I'm showing this in real time. This isn't a know-it-all bartering video. This is what it takes in real time to do this shit. And yeah, you can gloss it over, you can speed up the video, you can do all sorts of stuff. I'm not into that crap, okay? If you want to know how to do it, it takes time to do shit. This is in real time. This is what you need to do if you want to do the crap. If you don't. I mean, you gotta have a serious dedication and commitment to getting a carrot. Okay, so here's the point. I started with 2 trade items. I'm now at 16,000 of my 17,000 carry weight. I couldn't do any other barters. That's it. And that's with the carry weight I have. One more barter would have put me over my 17. So that's how you do maximum barters per run. Pretty simple. Like I said, you can overload, but it's just going to add time, and you're not going to get barters per hour in. So I'm to the point now where I'm probably not going to do any more bartering to get that any lower. Actually, you know what? I might make that run and get those 2. That would be 10. We'll have a look when we get back in there. But I think I'm past the point now where, yeah, I can't re-roll it if I want to. So I'm past the 4-hour cooldown. I strongly suggest that when you're done bartering for the day, you re-roll these, refresh them. Okay, so that way when you come back in the next time you're playing, whether you're finishing up at night, re-roll it, and when you come back in, if you got a really bad refresh after 6 o'clock in the morning, the refreshes reset to 4. So you can always dump the crappy one you got and try for another good one. I've actually dumped 2 in a row just to get a good roll. But that's when I was after Carrack parts. And you do need to pay attention to ship parts for when you're building your caravel or galleass. They pop up all the time. Hopefully I'm not going to hit that rock. Like old tree part, you need that for upgrades. Looks like I'm going to get by that rock. Let's see what else is in there. Great ocean dark iron you need for upgrades. Cobalt ingots you need for upgrades. So there are other stuff that are priority over doing other trading if you want to build the bigger ships. Elder tree sap. Okay, so you kind of want to prioritize those ones first. But again, you need to get to at least 5,200. Oh, there's a whale. Hi, whale. 5,200 to start getting the Carrack materials. Again, I suggest you going to grumpygreen.com and looking at all the stuff he has for, or she has for, sailing and bartering. They're a great resource. I'm glad they're out there. I'm glad they took the time to do that. It's not something I would do. A lot of this stuff I had to learn on my own before the guides were available. Guides, not guys. What a joke. So that's the stuff that I picked up. So that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. So it was worthwhile for me to do that. But I think that is it for me today. I'm going to shut her down. So thanks.